Hi, I'm Matthew Bangan, and I'm a part of Group 8. I'll be presenting on Till We Have Faces, Book 2, Chapter 2. So here we go. To start off, I want to say that this was a pretty confusing chapter because Oral was in and out of dreams, and some of them were not justified if they actually happened or not, but it's all up to the individual's interpretation. So, summary part 1. But anyways, the chapter starts off with the year birth. This ceremony was different from one's with her father for two reasons. One, she's a queen, and two, she's a virgin, so it's madness for her to be in there with Armin for so long. For that reason, she only goes in there 1 hour before the actual birth. Orwell notes that she really did not want to go in there that day. Even though Armin has allowed more light and made it more home-like, she doesn't want to go in because it's such a beautiful day outside, but she still proceeds to. In the house of Unget, she sits directly across from the stone statue of Unget. From her seat, she has the great Greek painting of Unget to her left, Armin to her right, and the terrible girls sitting on both sides of the house. And looking at the statue, Unget sees Bara, which is someone who she killed years before. Orwell asks Armin who Unget is, and he explains how she is the mother of all things and signifies and symbolizes the earth. Summary Part 2. A sad peasant woman comes in to pray to the stone of Unget and sacrifices a pigeon. She comes in really sad, but after her prayer, she is really content and comforted by the statue. The woman claims that the statue brings her more comfort because the painting is for nobles and learned men. The ceremony ends and Armin fights his way out. Aurel sees that everyone is happy that the new year is born. And she also noted that in the crowd of people, there were even enemies that were rejoicing together. Summary Part 3. Aurel goes back to her chamber to rest, and at that moment she is woken up by her father and told to follow him, without her veil, to the pillar room. Aurel thinks that he is going to look for the iconic mirror that he loved that she got rid of. They're in the pillar room, and they dig a hole in the floor and jump in and land in another pillar room made of clay that is much smaller. Then they dig another hole and jump in and land in another pillar room. And this was the smallest one out of three, and it continues to shrink. The mirror is in that pillar room, and they go up to it, and Orwell sees her reflection and sees that she is Unget. Then she wakes and realizes that it was all a dream. Summary Part 4. Orwell then despises herself because she realized that she has embodied Unget physically and spiritually. She now wants to commit suicide because she is Unget, so she grabs her sword and realizes that she is too weak to yield a sword now. Orwell has thought about her veil and that her veil makes her the queen, and that if she's barefaced, no one would know who she is. If she's barefaced, then people may see her as Unget or the Shadow Brew. Part 5. She goes out to the river where there is a high bank. She is trying to kill herself this way because she cannot hold a sword any longer. She ties her feet together and she's going to jump, and then she hears a voice telling her not to do it. The voice says that she must die before she dies to escape Unget. She returns to her palace, and goes to sleep, and then is woken up by her woman and doesn't know if her journey was real or a dream. I saw two connections that were to Screwtape Letters. One was how Unget symbolized the devil working within Orwell, and we saw that when she sat directly across a stone statue like a mirror, and then also in her dream, in her reflection, it was Unget's in hers, in the mirror. The second connection was the scene when the peasant woman and how she received more comfort from the statue than the glorious painting. The painting of Unget was too perfect and seemed idolized. This was a method in Screwtape Letters to hinder us from praying to the God by letting us pray to the perfect image. So, as for a discussion question, the one I chose is, what do you think Lewis was trying to get at in Orwell's dream when her father woke her and took her into the smaller and smaller pillar rooms to find Unget in her reflection? Looking forward to reading your guys' responses to the discussion question. Thanks for listening.